I just bought this used Subaru Outback. It's actually 10 years old, but I think it's in quite good condition. But this question keeps coming back over and over again. Are Subarus actually good off-road? And this is an Outback, which is a very outdoorsy name, and it's been around for decades in the Subaru lineup. So what I want to do in this video is actually take this car into Andre's pit, into Onyx off-road course, and actually see how good or not so good this all-wheel drive station wagon actually can be. How am I looking?
You're pretty close to it.
All right, so I'm gonna go slowly, and if it looks like I'm gonna hit something, let me know. Slowly go up this whole course. It's actually doing it. Oh, it's a teeter-totter. When you are off-road, the tire is the most important aspect. And this is a pretty decent one, actually. This is a Michelin Cross Climate 2. It's kind of an all-weather, all-season type of tire. It's got pretty good kind of knobby design here. It's also relatively good and quiet on the highway, and it's 3-peak rated for snow. I'm not worried about that today. I'm worried about dirt and dust and rocky performance of this tire. Let's see how it behaves. For a very long time, a lot of these Subarus have had 8.7 inches of ground clearance, and this one does as well. But I'm a little bit worried because it's got a long nose, not much of an approach angle. Also in the back, it's also going to be an issue. And I really don't want to put any damage or scratches onto this car, because my wife will also be driving this and she will never forgive me if I bring a car we just purchased back to her with some damage. So this has one of the original X mode buttons that's supposed to get out of tricky situations when traction is at a premium. So sometimes it's on ice, on snow, on mud, or if two of the wheels or maybe one wheel is in the air. X mode should be able to help me, so we'll see. I don't know if I'm being too big of a wuss, but like if I'm descending these logs, which I'm gonna try, I'm afraid that my front bumper might hit something like this because it's a decline and this log is poking up. And there's a couple of other places down below where this happens also. This is supposed to test really the suspension and the comfort of the suspension while going off-road. But I have low clearance. And I'm also approaching this test from a standpoint of a pretty standard owner of a car like this. And by that I mean it's a car that's probably your daily driver also, and it's also a car that you may want to take into the camping spot, maybe off the beaten path, but it's not something you want to damage. And the reason why I said my wife wouldn't forgive me is because, you know, we just spent $10,000 on this car, and if I rip off the front bumper, yes, we could fix it, but that's not the whole point of this car. This car is supposed to be a daily driver. How am I looking?
You're pretty close to it.
All right, so I'm gonna go slowly, and if it looks like I'm gonna hit something, let me know.
Okay.
Okay. So another thing that makes a vehicle really great off-road is usually a low range transfer case, which means mechanical gears that allow you to move very slowly off-road. I don't have that. I have a 4-cylinder horizontally opposed boxer engine.
You're okay right now, but you're like maybe 5 inches from the bumper.
Okay, I'm gonna try going a little further.
Okay.
I've got a 4-cylinder boxer engine with 175 horsepower. I have a CVT. I do not have a lower range transfer case. So I think by sheer fact that Subaru called this the Outback, which is a very rugged region of Australia, I think it's kind of a testament that they kind of meant it to do some a little bit more challenging things. So we'll have to wait and see how this climbs. Am I surviving?
You're surviving.
Okay. Well, if I've survived this far, I'm gonna survive it.
There is a pretty, like, taller log coming up.
Okay.
So just go slow on that one. You got it.
Okay. Am I okay?
Yeah, you're good.
Wow, so I kind of went way slower than I normally would. And this is kind of a bumpy, very bumpy terrain. But I think the suspension is still okay. It did its thing. How about my maneuverability? Can I make this turn? Yes, I did. Wow, this is quite maneuverable actually. And that's another really a benefit of all-wheel drive systems. I'm gonna turn my X mode on. Okay, it's on. That's the benefit of the all-wheel drive system. If this was a four-wheel drive Jeep, ooh, this is getting challenging. I can hear the traction control and the anti-lock brakes doing their thing while I'm climbing this hill. If this was a Jeep with solid axles and locking differentials, it would be hard to make that turn because it just would start crabbing. But this being an all-wheel drive, I can just kind of slowly go up this Hulls course. You know what? Ooh, it's quite impressive actually.
Yeah?
Mary, I think we need to make this more difficult. I think I need to tackle the trenches.
Godspeed.
All right, right here, right now, I'm on private property here at TFL Tumbleweed Ranch. But if you want to take your Subaru Outback or any vehicle or truck into the wilderness, check out Onyx Off-Road Maps. Click the link in the description below of this video. You could save some money using code TFLoffroad for an annual subscription to this app. This app is a mapping app, but it also has ratings for most trails in North America, specifically in the United States. It will tell you who owns certain pieces of land, if it's public or if it's private without fences. That's very important. You could plan your trip in advance. You could save maps. So if you don't have reception, you still have all the maps available to you. You could check out pictures and reports from other users so you know exactly what to expect before you actually get there. Check them out, save some money, and that's what we use every time we go into the mountains. Now, the trenches are very deep right now, and they're nasty, so I'll probably be teetering on two wheels, one front wheel and one rear wheel, quite frequently here. Let me approach this, let me descend. I have a hill descent control that's helping me out. So far, I'm pretty impressed. This car is 10 years old. It's a 2015 Subaru Outback. Just recently purchased it just a couple of weeks ago, and it has 85, almost 86,000 miles. So not a heck of a lot of miles, but also it's in really good condition. It's beautiful. I mean, it does have a couple of bumps and bruises on the doors. Okay, here we go. It's getting a little bit harder. And it seems like the computer is trying to figure it out. And I'm kind of moving forward. Woo! This is getting interesting. I'm trying to take it very slowly as to not to bash anything. How am I looking?
On the front, okay?
So I think as long as there's not like a hard obstacle like a ledge, this system is actually quite good. After a while, it figures it out. This is becoming very difficult for most crossovers. I can't believe this. It's actually doing it. Oh! It's a teeter-totter. Come on. You're almost there. Oh, you can do it. I'm wondering if it's overheating.
You think it is?
No. Hold on, I'm gonna try one more time. It's kind of cutting power.
Really?
Yeah. But I'm kind of in a precarious position. My foot is all the way down.
Yeah, your back wheel's barely spinning.
Okay, it's trying to protect some of its components, probably the CVT. Okay, one more. I can't get momentum. Oh, it was so close. I was so impressed for so long, Mary, and now I can't go anywhere. I think I may have to exit. I mean, it was doing so wonderfully.
Does it just not have the traction?
No, and it's cutting power. I'm using full throttle in some of this, and it's cutting power. Well, this is my wife's car. I don't think I'm going to push it further. I think some of the components may be overheating, even though I have no bad messages here at all. What is happening?
It's a Subaru.
I'm going to try one more time. Oh.
Bars on that.
I hope my wife never watches this. Oh, my seatbelt just locked.
I think the car thinks you're in danger or peril.
It can't, because I'm at an angle, like my seatbelt is not moving. No, I couldn't get any momentum going. Let me see. Oh, my seatbelt works. Even though I thought I could do it, I could see a clear path when I got out of the car. I don't recommend doing this. And right now, because I was going so slowly and I had so much confidence, the car was behaving so really well. My momentum was low and I couldn't overcome that steep of an angle. And it's not muddy, it's just dirt. But I don't think I damaged anything. No error messages. The transmission's still working okay. Oh, I just almost had a small heart attack, but that's okay, right?
Yeah, heart attacks are fine.
Okay. And there's no damage, right? There's not like big scratches?
No. I think your marriage is safe for now.
Okay, so she will never watch this.
No.
It's okay.
Don't tell her.
Okay, so I think overall, pretty solid performance. It's just the hardest climb where the wheel was way up in the air. I had almost 2 points of contact with the ground. The system just wanted to save itself and it didn't want to make progress. Even though I turned off traction control, I used X mode, I used every tool seemingly available to me, but I'm still fairly happy. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm pretty happy that I didn't damage anything, and I'll see you next time.
Do you guys love car and trucks? Well, I've got 3 great podcasts that you will enjoy listening to because we are deep into cars and trucks. And talking about trucks, right here is my man Andre and Case working on the next episode of Talking Trucks, where they delve deep into everything that is truckish, including breaking truck news, talking about the different models that are coming up, and of course, tearing down the world of trucks as only Andre and Case know how to do. But if trucks are not your thing and cars are sort of your thing, check out Carish, our podcast that is sort of car adjacent with Jen and Mary being the ish part of Carish. And finally, Tommy and myself talk all about cars at TFL's Car Chat, where we look into the newest models, talk about what's happening in the world of cars, break down the latest news. All 3 of these podcasts are available wherever you get your podcasts, so check them out. I think you'll really enjoy them.